So we just arrived here at JFK Terminal 1 and we're getting ready to go on our trip. We're going to our 5th continent, Africa. We're going to Morocco. We're going with G Adventures, our 3rd G Adventures trip. This is a classic tour instead of the 18 to 30 somethings. So this should be pretty interesting, and I think we're gonna have a great trip. It's our first real international trip since the pandemic. So I'm really excited. I guess technically Puerto Rico feels like an international trip, but it's not. So let's go find Royal Air Morocco. Okay, so we made it through TSA pretty quickly. It did take about an hour, so pretty early. We're gonna go get something to eat and drink before we get onto the plane, and then we go to gate 10 for Royal Air Morocco. It's my first time on Royal Air Morocco, so let's see how it goes. So we got the personal pan pepperoni pizza at this little place over here. I'd say it's about 7 inches wide in diameter. The cheese is pretty good, but sauce is a little bit watery. And the bread's not that bad. It's nice and crispy. It's fluffy on the inside. But I don't know what this pepperoni is. What is that? Why is it so like discolored? Going to Morocco. Made it to Morocco. Now to go through check-in and all that. So we just made it through immigration. We got into the country. We exchanged our currency, and now we're getting to downtown Casablanca. And first thing I noticed is it's pretty hot here. So we just got to the hotel. We're gonna try to drop off our bag, at least try to lock it up in a locker if they have one. And then we're gonna try to go to the Hassan Mosque and go explore downtown, like the United Nations Square and things like that. The cab was quite expensive. This is 300 dirham. They probably ripped me off, and I didn't have 300 to give them. Well, I had 300 to give them, but you gotta give the guy a tip. So I had to give him 400 dirham. Instead of like 350, but it's okay. Okay, so now we officially made it. We dropped off our bag at the hotel. The room isn't ready yet. It's not ready until 2, and it is 11. So we got a few hours before we can get to the room. However, I just dropped off the bag and we're gonna go explore. We'll come back later tonight. We're here a day early, so we have 2 full days really in Casablanca. So I think we're gonna try to do the Hassan Mosque right now, just because that's the most important thing that I wanted to see here. And just in case if we run into any issues, we always have till tomorrow to check it out. And so far it's pretty modern. It's not as hot as I would have thought. It is very hot, but we're over by the coast here, by the Atlantic Ocean, so it is a bit cooler with the wind. And we're gonna go explore. Look at that mosque over there. That turret, it looks pretty cool. So we're actually walking to the Hassan Mosque. It's about 3.5 kilometers. So I think it's about 2 miles, which isn't too bad. Each way though, so 4 miles there and back. But I like walking through cities instead of taking cabs, especially when we have plenty of time like we do. There isn't too many touristic things to do. So we'll probably go to the Hassan Mosque. And I looked, there's like a mall in that area and the old Medina, so we'll check that out. So there is the Casablanca Rail Center. I think that's probably a great way for like locals to get around the country, to take the rail. We actually might end up using it. I'm not sure what G Adventures has planned, but it's cool to see how it compares to like China and Peru and stuff like that. Hopefully we'll take it. Okay, so I actually see the Hassan Mosque right there in the background. It's not too far, and we're gonna go explore it. Kind of gives me like a Vegas feel. These like palm trees looking things. I forget what they're called. There's a name for it. But they remind me of Las Vegas, and also kind of how there's like empty lots. This guy's taking a piss. If you gotta go, you gotta go, man. I know it. There ain't no bathrooms in New York City, so I know that feeling. This is like the port area, and that's what Casablanca is probably where it got its wealth from, is being a port for the country. It's also the largest city in the country. There isn't too much things to see as far as a tourist goes. I was trying to look it up, but other than like the Hassan Mosque and like the Medina and like the Mohammed V's palace, there wasn't much really other than some amusement parks. So we'll definitely have to check that out. I believe that's the ancient Medina. It looks pretty cool. They got like some cannons. You might be able to see the pier, the port from there. So we're here and it's open, so we're gonna check it out. Ancient Medina of Casablanca. Got a nice big cannon here. You can see the port. So this area is free to check out. We're gonna check out the actual Medina later. It kind of looks like the Placa of Greece, but we're gonna go to the Hassan Mosque and then make our way back. And definitely check this out while you're here, because it's free. Why not? So here is the Marina shopping. We'll check that out after the Hassan Mosque. I definitely like to check and see what a mall in Morocco and Casablanca will look like. So check that out after. But yeah, here's the Medina. It's got like a weirder smell over here. Since we work in the mall and shopping center industry, we're definitely going to check that out, see how it compares to the United States. But the brands I recognize, like McDonald's, Decathlon, Nike, so it should be pretty similar, I would imagine. It's pretty cool though. They have like I don't know if they're apartments or offices above. So it looks like they're going with the mixed use, kind of like how it is in the United States. But I saw through the front doors and it looks pretty cool. So we'll have to get lunch there after. I wonder what this wall is. Definitely reminds me of San Juan. That's the cool thing about when you travel. It reminds you of other places you travel. So yeah, and they got all these like luxury style condos, apartments right on the Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean. So I'm sure the view from up there is beautiful. We will have to go down by the water. Wow, that looks awesome. It's like it's getting bigger as we walk around this kind of corner. Some of these buildings, they kind of look like the slums. But wow, that is a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. And it keeps going more. Hopefully we can get a tour of that place. Man, That looks awesome. Wow, look at that. They're like walking on these rocks over there. We're here at the Atlantic Ocean. There are people actually swimming. You can see why, because it is definitely hot. So we're gonna go ask to see where we can get a tour of the Hassan Mosque. And that is really something. Hopefully we can go up to that tower. Hopefully they have water, because it is really hot and I am thirsty. Gotta remember to stay hydrated. Oh man. This place is massive compared to like any cathedrals I've ever seen. Wow. The scale is insane. I feel like an ant in here.
It's open electrically inside 35 tons. That's why it's open electrically and by the niche and participate in the project.
So this is all carved out of wood. Wow, that is insane. The amount of time to build something like this. Wow. When you do enter the mosque, they make you take off your shoes to keep everything nice and clean. Wow, look at this. Even that, like,
in front of you, can you see the niche? You have what we call in Arabic al-mihrab. La niche, we call it in Arabic al-mihrab, and mihrab inside a mosque will be our direction to Mecca. Whenever you see that niche inside a mosque in Morocco, that will be your direction to east. This is east. Inside the niche sits our imam to lead the prayers. The direction of Mecca, it depends in which country you are. In Morocco, east, in Turkey, southeast, in Iran, west. You have that brown chair over there, can you see it? High chair with steps. That chair, it's called in Arabic, al-minbar. The next prayer is at 2 then. This room, this part is not enough for 105,000. They know that most of the people prefer to wash at home and they come directly to pray. But sometimes people come in from work or from school, they come here first to wash, then they go upstairs to pray.
so unfortunately you can't go up the minaret, but at least you get to go to the basement level with the washroom, the upstairs. You can see the minaret, at least from the base, and the upstairs is amazing. That is huge, like St. Patrick's Cathedral and the one in Peru that we went to. Don't even compare to this. It's insane. And for 140 dirham, you get the tour and the museum. I recommend you do both because there's not a whole lot to see in Casablanca, so you might as well check them both out. Now we're gonna walk around a little bit on our own, and then we're gonna go to the museum. And I'm not sure if you can see what the video really shows it, but look at the size of the people compared to that door. And the door is way in the background. there's a lighthouse over there. We might try to walk over there. It's gonna be a long walk back, but I think it's worth it. We definitely gotta check out that lighthouse. This is how they built the Hassan Mosque. Okay, YouTube, that was the Hassan II mosque. That was awesome. I'm glad they let me take a lot of pictures and do video in there. That place is amazing. You definitely have to check it out. I mean, that's like the tourist destination here in Casablanca. We're gonna go to the lighthouse down here. Apparently, you do have to cross some areas that aren't the nicest, but hopefully we'll be all right. I saw that one guy's video and he had fun kicking soccer balls with them, so we should have a good time. So we're gonna go check out the lighthouse next. Damien would love all these little kiddie rides, and it's right next to the Hassan Mosque. They have a staircase here and it goes down into the water. Met some Syrian guy who escaped from the country because they're having like a civil war, and he seemed really nice, but he made us like these bracelets. Sometimes I kind of feel a little bit bad for him because, like, you know, the whole war in Syria and everything, but it's only so much you can do to help. So I gave him like 100 dirham, so he can at least get something with it. It's funny, even in Morocco, people think I'm Mexican, because a couple of the homeless guys been going up to me, amigo, amigo. I just walk away kind of like New York City because I like to help them, but I can't afford to give money to every single person I walk by, you know. The Casablanca Moroccan Atlantic coast. So this is the area that guy was kicking the soccer ball around with the kids, and I can see where they say it's not as nice. Hopefully we won't have an issue, but we're going to the lighthouse to check this out. And if you come to Morocco, make sure you get change in small denominations, because like a water 6 dirham, and you know, I only have a 200. Nobody can break change for it, and I'm like thirsty as hell. So here is the lighthouse, and I don't think we can go inside. Nice view of the Atlantic though. Yeah, this area, people are basically living in shacks. And definitely is the poorer side of Morocco, Casablanca. So I guess just be a little careful if you do venture out here. But look at this, man. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, there's no way to really get in here without going through these little huts, and I don't really want to invade on people's homes, but there it is. finally got a water. Make sure you ask the currency exchange for smaller bills. And they said that stupid prepaid credit card, debit card, works everywhere. And unless it's like a chain business, people aren't taking it. So don't let them scam you into that. I wonder what that fire over there, or whatever's burning, is. When we came here earlier, you could see the rocks and they were walking down there. So the tide really rose because I was going to go down there and walk on the rocks with them, but not now. The nuggets at Burger King in Morocco, they look more like McDonald's. They taste just like McDonald's. That's crazy. They should do this in the US because the nuggets at Burger King in the US suck. This is good. This is basically McDonald's. The meat here actually tastes like beef, unlike in the United States where it's pretty much just all soy. Wow. So much better here. And the bread is like more bread-like. Doesn't have that like styrofoam taste. Pretty much looks the same though. The drinks are smaller in comparison though. Like this would be a kid's drink in America. It reminds me of Chinatown with all the knockoff goods, the jewelry, and yeah, it just reminds me of Chinatown in a different country. The Medina was pretty cool, but a lot of the goods are things that we can get at home, like the knockoff t-shirts, Louis Vuitton, things like that. I also don't want to go in them because they're very, very pushy at being salesmen, and anything I buy I'm gonna have to bring with me through the whole trip, so I'm gonna wait till the end. If we have money left over at Marrakesh, I definitely want to get a rug, and it is a little bit hectic in the Medina, but it was definitely cool to walk. That was awesome. Now we are at United Nations Square. We're gonna check this out, and then Mohammed V Square, and then probably head back to the hotel, shower up, and take a nap or something. So we are now walking through Mohammed V Square, and looks like a park, and there's like a little palace up here. We'll see what it is when we get a little bit closer. So they have a welcome Casablanca, or a we Casablanca sign over there. This square looks pretty cool. Looks like a lot of families here bringing their children to come play. They have like things geared towards them, like popcorn, bubbles, and different mascots. Damien would probably like it if we brought him here He'd probably have a good time. They have like these little carts that you can ride. Casablanca.